Hi, my lovelies. I just wanted to share some thoughts today about living now. I just have been thinking about this a lot. I have read Eckard Tolle's The Power of Now a couple times, and recently I dug it out again, and a lot of the things that he talks about are things that, even without reading the book, are so true to me and so near and dear to my heart, and I've been trying to live by those principles so much that I think I just really wanted to share this with you. In today's world, everything is so fast-paced. My mom came to visit over the weekend and we just talked about it. We watched an old Doris Day movie with, Rock Hudson, Doris Day, and we talked about how movies have even changed nowadays. How nowadays the attention span is so short. Like everything is fast and it's like bam, bam, bam. And the beginning of the movie used to be like all this text and people starring, blah, blah, blah. And there was just a song playing, an entire full-length song. And then the movie started. So that was the time when everyone always just like, okay, now let's all sit down and watch the movie. It was something very exciting to be watching a movie together with a family and sit down and, let me maybe make some popcorn and start the movie already. And then it was this time of anticipation, and it seems like everything was just a little bit slower. Nowadays, when movies start, it's like, okay, you gotta get on it. Same with YouTube videos. You gotta state right in the beginning of the videos, okay, this is what we're gonna talk about today, because I don't have that attention span either. Nowadays, when I watch videos, when it's like really long, I'm like, really? I don't have time. Next. And it's kind of crazy how fast-paced everything is, but we mostly live in the past and in the future. We don't live in the present a lot, and we don't really soak in the present, and our senses are like, they're not really used. We are always, it's almost like we're a slave to all these thoughts. Those wheels are turning and turning and turning. And I'm like that. My wheels are turning. As soon as I wake up in the morning, it's like wheels are turning. As soon as I lay down, even if I want to take a nap, wheels are turning. As soon as I have any space, it's like wheels are turning. Lots of thoughts, lots of planning and assessing. And it's like looking, in the past and in the future. But I want to live in the present so much more. Here's the thing. When you live in the present, that movie just comes to my mind. We watched that movie, The Hypochondriac. I don't know if that's what it... Send Me No Flowers. No, that's the one, that Doris Day and Rock Hudson movie. If you haven't watched it, I love that movie. Watch it. It's so cute. But anyway, the guy, the husband, he finds out that he's going to die. He only has a few weeks left to live. Only it's not true, but he doesn't know it's not true. He thinks he heard his doctor say that. And then he talks to his friend and he's like, wake up, wake up. Have you ever felt a table? And he's like, oh, yes. I've like this so smooth. It's like, have you ever seen a tree? And he's like, oh, yeah. That's a beautiful tree. It's really funny in that movie, but there's so much truth in it because a lot of times we don't even stop for a second to just enjoy this moment right here, right now. We are a slave to our constantly turning wheels and always thoughts and assessments, and we always scrutinize everything that we look at, that we hear. There's always something going on. We put it in some box. We all do. I do. I'm not judgmental, but no one can help it. We're trained that way. It's like we're raised that way. Putting like, okay, this is a man, this is a woman. Men are this way, women are that way. If you're pregnant, this happens. If, like children do that and toddlers do that. We like constantly, our brain puts everything in boxes and in categories. And I think it's important for us to have order. But on the other hand, minimalism has taught me so much more to be in the here and now, and to enjoy what is, not what has been or what will be. Or like a lot of times people will say, well, when this and that happens, then I'll take a vacation, or then I will do what I've always wanted to do. And then I will fulfill all my dreams, or, whatever it is. And that's so wrong, because you can't live in that future, and it's good to have plans, but you can't always rely that the future will come. Neither can you change anything about the past. So even if you're like have regrets in the past, or something, I think positive memories are something really wonderful, but only if they help you to be very happy and joyful right now. So really just opening my eyes and truly seeing, just seeing without judging, without assessing, just opening my eyes and seeing whatever is around me. I have a house. I have this bed that I'm sitting on. I'm seeing it. I'm feeling it. I can breathe the air. I have breath. My heart is beating. I see. So, I see, I hear the wind. I can hear the wind outside. It's pretty windy today. So without giving it any meaning or judging or scrutiny, just being in the moment. And I've been trying to enjoy these moments more where I don't have to do anything. I'm just there and living in now without, like we either get really, really overly excited or we get really, really upset about something. But why do we do this? It is our choice. If you only can be sad if you tell yourself that whatever it is that you're experiencing is a negative thing. But why is it a negative thing? And, while we are human beings and it is normal to have emotions and to have these things because they can even protect us. Being scared of something, having fear of something can save your life. I mean, you should not jump out of a driving car. You should be afraid of that because you could die if you did that. So the fear of, putting your hand inside of a fire, that is very reasonable. But a lot of times we have so much weight on our shoulders because everything that we've ever experienced flows into our moment now, and there's so much anxiety and fear and all these things happening that we don't even live anymore. We're constantly trapped in this, like the past or the future. And Eckard Tolle, he says that the older you are, the more you live in the past because there is a lot of past. And the younger you are, the more you live in the future. And there's a lot of truth in that. When you're young, you're always thinking like, oh, in the future, I want to do this. And in the future, I want to do that. Because you think that in the future, that's where you can do these things. That's where you can live right now. It's not happening and it's hard. And so you don't really live now. You're just thinking about all these things in the future, which it's good to plan. But if you only plan for the future, like if you only save money, but you never enjoy anything and you just save, but you don't enjoy anything now, then, what if tomorrow never comes, like the song says? And when you're older and you constantly live in the past, you might miss out on all these moments that are happening right now. So if you always lived in the past, what if you're like 80, 90 years old? And of course, a lot of your friends and family probably have died and they have passed away already. And you're thinking, oh, remember my husband and he's not here anymore, or my friend or my mother. And I understand that there are so many memories that it's hard to not live in all that has happened in the past. But that could deprive you of just enjoying what is right now. Because, what is right now is that you're alive, you're there, you can enjoy nature, you can enjoy, there are people who do care about you. Everyone has someone who does care. And you can form new friendships, you can be active, you can do stuff. As long as you're alive and have breath, there's stuff you can do. And I don't like it when someone says to me like, well, but I'm too old to do that. There are very few things ever that you're too old to do. Physically, there are some things that, nature just made it that way, that physically there are certain things you can't do anymore when you get older. Like, if you're a woman, you can't have babies anymore when you reached a certain age. Although with modern medicine, a lot is possible nowadays, but that's not the point. There are things that are naturally meant to take place at a certain time in your life, but learning something, doing something, it's never too early or too late, really. And that is my opinion. And the time is now. I always tell everyone, like my students, my daughter, I always tell everyone like, well, the best time to do what you wanted to do was yesterday. And if you missed it, the second best time is like right now. Just do it right now. Start it now. If you want to start a YouTube channel, do it now. If you want to go on a trip, like, do it now. It doesn't have to be crazy expensive. You can have adventure without having to travel to Ile-de-Prince in New Caledonia, which is a beautiful place, but you don't have to wait until XYZ happens. You can do something right now. And I want to just encourage you to live more in the moment of now. Okay, that's all. Thank you for watching. Have a most wonderful day. And think about, just keeping it simple, that you can actually have the space to live more right here and right now. Bye.